Hello, welcome to the first video in a chat with Flask. This tutorial is aimed to teach you how the beginning parts of a Flask chat work. A Flask chat is a great way to get into web development. It teaches a lot of core concepts that'll be required. So first, what you're gonna need, Flask and a lot of from Flask. You need Flask and a lot of other libraries, but we'll get to those libraries later. So from Flask, we're going to import Flask, right? And then we're also going to import redirect, render template, request, session, URL for. All right. So what else are we going to need? Well, from Flask underscore session, we're going to need session. Capital S. And then we're going to need a lot of security stuff. So from work doing, I don't know how to say that. Security, we can import um, check password hash and generate password hash. Okay. So for this, we're also going to need two helpers. So a decorator. Actually, no, we'll only need one. We're going to need a decorator that we're going to put in helpers.py file. So what we're going to do, we're going to say from helpers, we're going to import all. For now, we'll change that just so we don't, we'll change that just to the function we need. All right. And then let's just create a Flask app. So app equals Flask underscore underscore name underscore underscore. And then we're going to create, I'm going to give this a secret key. Oh, let's capitalize it. Secret key. And we're going to set that equal to secret key. It doesn't really matter what you put it. Okay, so we're going to need to create a function now. This is, to get rid of, this is to get like all of our session and stuff, So def after request, and we're going to say response is our parameter, and then response.headers, we're going to set cache control, and we're going to set it equal to no cache, um, no store, and must revalidate. Yes. Okay, then we can say response.headers expires, and we can set that equal to 0, and then we can say response.headers pragma equals no dash cache. Okay. So then we're just gonna return response. So we're gonna need to add a decorator to this. So we're just gonna say at app.after request, and that's just gonna give this a decorator. And then we're just gonna configure our app. App.config session underscore file underscore directory equals mkd temp. Did I not import that? Where is that? From temp file. Okay. Then we're gonna add another two more lines of configuration. session underscore permanent equals false, and then app.config session underscore type equals file system. And then we can just do session app. Okay, with that, our session should be ready. Now we just need to configure a database using SQLite. So you can use the preferred you can send your preferred use a preferred SQL. Because this was originally a CS50 project, I'm just gonna say from CS50 import SQL. It'll be relatively the same. So we're just gonna create a variable called db, and we're gonna set that equal to, if you're using SQL, if you're using CS50 SQL. If you're not, then it's fine. This is just what I'm doing. I'll create a project.db later. Okay, so now we're gonna want to go to our helpers.py, and we're gonna create a function that's going to basically redirect any user if they're not logged in to the login page. So what that's gonna be called, we're gonna say, actually first we're gonna need to import Flask. From Flask, import redirect, render template, request, and session. And then from functools, import wraps. I don't think request is, I don't actually think request is needed. Yeah. So we're gonna create a function called login required, and it's gonna take f as its parameter, and then we're gonna say at wraps f, and then we're gonna create another function, and we're just gonna call it anything, I guess. I'm just gonna say decorated function, args, keyword args, if session dot get user ID is none, then we're just gonna return a redirect to /login. Okay. Then we're just gonna return f with args and keyword args, and then we're just gonna return decorated function. Okay, so that should be everything for the helpers.py, and then now we can just create an index page. So we can just put like app, we can create a decorator app.route, and then it's just gonna be slash for index, and then later we're gonna need to support get, and we're gonna need to support post. I pressed something and my terminal fired. Amazing. Sorry. All right, then we're gonna need to add login underscore required, and that's basically just gonna mean that in order to access this route, we're gonna need to be logged in. If request dot method double equals get, then we're just gonna say return render template index.html. For now, we'll change that eventually because that's not really where we want. Okay, so inside templates, now that we've created that, we're just gonna need to create index.html, and we're just gonna need to create layout.html. I mean, let's use layout.html. Okay, so in layout.html, we're gonna create doc type HTML. We're just gonna create an HTML length equals n for English and slash HTML. And then inside here, I'm just gonna like copy this super long thing. Basically, what I'm doing, I'm just creating the metas and links, and we're linking Bootstrap CSS. All right, linking CSS, and then this is a favicon that I don't have yet, and just style sheet, and then title. We're gonna say chat, and then we're gonna create an option for a title. So we're gonna create a block for the title, and then inside body, we're just gonna create a main block, and then we're gonna create a block main and block. If you don't know what this is Jinja. It's what Flask and Django use for this. Okay, so now that we have this, we can extend layout.html, meaning that everything inside layout.html will instantly become part of index.html, and then we can create a block title, so we can say home. That's our block. And then inside block.main, we can say actually no. Inside block main, we're just gonna say h1 welcome. Alright, I was just gonna like copy this massive form, but that's not what we need. Okay. So now that that's there, let's just create a login route now. Actually, let's first create a logout route. So app.route slash logout. And then def logout, we can say session.clear return redirect to slash. Okay, logout complete. Now we need to create login. So login's gonna need to support both methods. So let's say get post, and then we can just say def login, and we can say request dot method equals post, and we need to add some logic to make sure our username. We could do that checking client side, but you also want to do it server side. Okay, so for this check, we're gonna say if not request dot form dot get username. So if they did not add a username, then we're just gonna return apology, which is something I haven't created yet. Or actually, we can just say return. Okay, let's just do this and then quickly create help stuff. By apology, I am simply copying and pasting it. We can delete this. We can delete this. Okay. Apology.html is not there, which is fine. You can create your own apology screen there and then just tell them what went wrong. If you wanted to, you could create a WebSocket or something like that, but that's not something you have to do. Okay, so here I'm sorry, I'm just okay. So lf not request dot form dot get password. So if the user did not use a password, then we're just gonna return an apology screen. must provide password 403, and then rows equals db.execute. Select select all from users, which is going to be a table we're going to make. Username equals question mark in order to prevent SQL injection attack, and then request dot form dot get user. So basically, if we pass both checks, we're just gonna go and find everywhere where log where everywhere where that we're gonna find an entry in our database where that user is there. Okay, so if len rows, if I can type, is not equal to 1 or not check password hash rows 0, I'm going to look for the hash section, request.form.get password, and then we can say that, and then we can say we're just going to return apology, invalid username and or password. You just generally don't want to tell someone that they're right. They were right. Okay, so then we can say session. If they are right, they pass all of these checks. Say session user underscore ID is going to be equal to rows 0 and then ID. So now the user is logged in, then we can say session username. We want the username to equals rows 0 username. Right, and then we just want to return redirect to Flash. Now if the method is not post, then we're just gonna return render template login.html. Okay, then what we're gonna do, we're just gonna create a register page real quick. So it's gonna follow similar, except we're gonna use insert now, I believe. Oh wait, register is actually a lot more work. I'm sorry. Methods equal get and post, and we're just gonna define register. If request.method equals post. That's not what I wanted. Username equals request.form.get username. Email equals request.form.get email. So you can actually change these parameters if you want. Equals request.form.get password. Word. Password. Confirmation. We're gonna say is request.form.get and take confirmation. And then we're just gonna get some rows from our database. So we're gonna SQL thing, select all from users where username is question mark again for injection attacks. And what we're gonna do if okay, so I clicked something in the code I was looking off of. If not username, return apology, must provide username. 403, and 400. Elif len rows not equal to 0, meaning there's already a user. We're just going to return another apology. Username already this 400 again. Ls not password, meaning a password was not submitted. We're just going to return apology, must provide password, that's also 400. And then ls not email. I think you can see where this is going. Return apology, must provide email, 100. Okay, now ls not request form.get confirmation. Didn't I? I already did this. What am I doing? Confirmation. Return apology. Must provide confirmation of password. And 400. Return. Okay. Then if it's not, passes all of these, we're gonna create a new hash. So we're gonna use generate hash and password and method. Let's do this. Method is gonna equal pbk df2 sha 256 and then salt underscore length gonna equal 8. Did I type that correctly? Yes. First try. db.execute. And we're just gonna insert into users username, email, hash, values, question mark, comma, question mark, comma, question mark. Just space these out because it looks nice. And we're gonna pass username, hash. Okay. And then we can return a redirect back to slash. And if they're not here via post, and say else, return render template register.html. Okay. Now what we need to do is actually create these two pages. And that should be fairly easy. Yeah. Okay, so inside template, we're going to create login.html. And it's going to extend where.html. It's going to have a title, and then the block main. And then inside that, we're going to create form with ID equal to login form. And then when it's submitted, we want to put this in quotes actually. We're gonna get URL for login. And then method will post. Yep. Form. Okay, now inside this form, we're gonna create a field set. And ID is gonna be a login child. Yep. And then we're gonna create a div class equals form group. And inside this div, we're going to create an input. Autocomplete will be off. Autofocus will be on. Class is going to be equal to form control. Name is going to be username. That's where it comes in our request. Placeholder will be username. And then type is going to be text. Okay. Why is that? No clue. Okay, so then we're gonna create another div. So it's also gonna be a form group. It's gonna have another input. Class is gonna be form control. Name is gonna be equal to password. Placeholder password. Password. I love my AI thingy. Alright. Button class is gonna be btn primary login. Type is gonna be submit. Submit and then login is the text. Okay. And then what we're gonna need to do, we're just gonna break because I broke in my code I'm looking off of. I probably did that for a good reason. Here's another div that's for group, and we're gonna create a href equal to register, and here we're gonna say don't have an account. Sign up here. Okay, and then that should conclude login.html. Okay, now if we do register.html, we should get something similar. So we're gonna extend. I'm starting to wonder if I did block main. Okay, yes, I did. I know what I'm doing. Amazing. Alright. I'm just gonna create a block main. We're gonna create form login. Which is shocking. Okay, post. I'm gonna create a div instead of field set this time. We're using some divs, which is pretty cool. Didn't know we would do that. Div ID is gonna be equal to login child. Yes. And then we're gonna create another div. Class is equal to form group. This thing doesn't autocomplete for me sometimes. I don't know why. And then we say input autocomplete is off. Autofocus is on. Type is equal to email. Class is equal to form control. Email. Placeholder is also going to be email. Complete that. You don't. This is an input. Okay, and then we can just copy this. Actually, now I'm not going to copy it. Okay, I'm just going to do the same for username, right? Yes. Should be similar, yeah. Okay, then we have one for username, and then we're going to need one for password. So just the same thing we did in login. You could just copy and paste it. Confirmation is something new that we're gonna need. We're gonna need register because it's not really logged in. It'll just redirect this. Actually, I wonder, does it do that? Let's check our pi. I forget what I wrote. Return redirect slash. Okay. Yeah, no. Register does not log you in. Alright. We can change that. That's fine. I'm just gonna create a form group for the have an account along here, exclamation point, because exclamation points are nice. And then we're going to go to app.py because we need to fix this. Well, it's not really a problem, but not optimal making a user log in twice. Rows, okay. Alright, that should be good. Now for the moment of truth, if this thing will actually run. I forgot to make a project on DB. Of course I did. Okay, so okay, project.db. I'm gonna create one sec. Okay, then we're gonna create right click this. Reveal in File Explorer, is it there? Yeah. We're just gonna nope, that's helper.py. Wrong thing. Okay, so let's create this. That's the wrong thing. I seriously don't know where I'm. Okay, there we go. Okay, all right. So let me just not absolutely butcher this. Okay, so this is my database browser. I'm currently inside the database, and what we're gonna do, let's close this so we don't get any corruption. So what do we need? We need, what do we need? I forget. So in users, we're gonna need ID. So we can just copy the create statement because way too lazy to do that. Okay, so we're going to create a table. Would be the SQL statement if you're also using this. So create table, we're going to call it users. We're going to create a field ID. It's integer, not null, unique. It's a primary key and it's going to auto increment. And then email, text, not null, unique. Username, text, not null, unique. Hash is text, not null. And then chats is text. So if I run this, and we should have, okay, we have a table. Nice. Okay, then if I save this and hide this and open the terminal, Flask run, open up my Chrome browser, I don't believe yep, I didn't make that. Okay. Okay, let me just delete this password real quick, sorry. Okay, so, alright. One sec. I'm still figuring out how this entire stuff works. Chrome. Okay, so this is Google Chrome. What we're gonna do, we're gonna say ignore my bookmark. So this is a very weird bookmark. So this is login. If I try and just go to slash, it'll just redirect me to login. So that means our decorator works. Let's go to sign up, and we're just gonna say test at test.com. Username, we're gonna say test. Password is also test. Password is also test. Register. We have an internal server error. List index out of range. Okay, okay, it's a problem with register, so apparently we can't log in our user into the session immediately. So let's just redo this. It should, I should have an account now, right? Yay. Check passwords. Save, save that. Alright, so our thing works if we navigate to slash log out. That should work. I can log in again. My password's saved. If I go back here and then say 5,000 it is? Yeah. Welcome. Okay. That is the entirety of this video. We got a welcome working. Next video we'll probably create the system of choosing a chat. I don't think I didn't quite figure out creating a chat. I'm not sure whether I'm gonna do that using WebSocket, so that'll probably be one one of the last things I show. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video.